Welcome back to our channel. Today we learn about the woman who saved a boy from the river to raise. And later the boy became a billionaire in return for taking care of her. The sun hung high in the sky, casting a warm golden glow over the small village nestled by the river. A river that had seen countless stories unfold along its banks. It whispered tales of the past and dreams of the future. But on that sweltering summer day, it bore witness to a moment that would change two lives forever. Heartwarming, an ordinary woman with an extraordinary heart, was about to make a decision that would ripple through time and transform not just her life but the life of a young boy named Sun. Picture this: the air was thick with heat, and the river danced playfully, its surface sparkling like 1,000 diamonds. Heartwarming, weary from a long day of labor, trudged home, her frail body weighed down by exhaustion. Her hands, calloused from years of hard work, clutched a small bag of sweet potatoes, the fruits of her labor. Meager yet precious, life had never been easy for her. Each day was a battle against the elements, against poverty, against the relentless tide of hardship. Her home, a modest structure with a thatched roof patched with worn straw, stood as a testament to her resilience but also to her struggles. But that day, the river would test her strength in a way she could never have anticipated. As she approached her home, the sound of anguished cries pierced the air, shattering the stillness. A child was drowning. Panic surged through her, but it was not fear that propelled her forward, it was an instinct. A reflex born of compassion. Despite her own limitations, despite the icy waters that threatened to swallow her, she plunged into the river, fighting against the current with every ounce of strength she had. The struggle was harrowing, but she emerged victorious, pulling a pale, shivering boy to safety. His name was Sun, and in that moment, as he clung to her, his eyes wide with fear and confusion, a bond was forged that would transcend the ordinary. "Don't worry, my child," she whispered, wrapping him in her only blanket, her heart swelling with a fierce love that knew no bounds. It was a moment that marked not just the beginning of a relationship but the start of a journey filled with love, sacrifice, and redemption. Why did she take such a risk? For Heartwarming, it was never about heroism, it was about humanity. In a world that often prioritizes self-preservation, her choice stood out like a beacon of hope. She saw in Sun not just a helpless boy but a purpose greater than herself. Adopting him, despite her poverty, was a radical act of love, a challenge to societal norms that dictated what was possible. The villagers, however, were less understanding. "She can barely feed herself. And now she's taken in another mouth to feed," they scoffed, their judgments echoing through the narrow streets. Yet, Heartwarming's determination was unshakable. She would not be swayed by their scorn. She saw the potential in Sun, the promise of a brighter future, and she was willing to fight for it. Their lives were far from easy. Heartwarming worked tirelessly, taking on backbreaking jobs to ensure Sun had enough to eat. She sold her precious belongings to buy him books and uniforms, often saying, "Your future is worth more than anything I have." Every sacrifice she made was a testament to her love, a love that was boundless and fierce. One winter, as Sun watched his mother's fingers freeze from working in the fields, he made a vow that would shape his future. "One day, I will give you a life where you won't have to work another day," he promised, his voice filled with determination. It was a promise born of gratitude, a desire to repay the sacrifices she had made for him. As Sun excelled in school, fueled by that gratitude, he faced challenges that tested his resolve. He endured ridicule for his patched clothes and humble beginnings. But each time he stumbled, Heartwarming was there, reminding him, "Greatness doesn't come from where you start, it comes from where you aim to go." Her words were like a lifeline, pulling him through the darkest days. Their relationship deepened with each shared meal and every sacrifice. While some villagers mocked her for taking in a child she could barely care for, others began to admire her strength. Stories like theirs resonate because they reflect universal truths: the power of love, the importance of education, and the indomitable human spirit. When Sun earned a scholarship to a prestigious university, it was the pinnacle of years of hardship together. The village buzzed with excitement. But Heartwarming, though bursting with pride, felt a pang of sadness. "The city will open doors for you," she cautioned, her voice trembling. But it's also where people forget their roots. It was a bittersweet moment. One that marked both a beginning and an end. And forget. He nearly did. The glittering city brought opportunities but also challenges that threatened to pull him away from the values Xuan Mai had instilled in him. Juggling a part-time job while excelling academically, he became entrenched in a world that often valued image over authenticity. His vision of success was not just personal, it was driven by that promise to lift his mother out of poverty. Yet, as he climbed the corporate ladder and later founded a tech company, the gap between him and Xuan Mai widened. In the cutthroat business world, he feared that his humble beginnings might tarnish his image. Xuan Mai's letters went unanswered, but her faith in him never wavered. "You're busy building your future," she would tell the neighbors, her voice steady despite the ache in her heart. Yet behind those reassuring words was a mother longing to embrace her son again, to remind him of the love that had built the foundation of his success. Their long-awaited reunion was fraught with tension. At a corporate gala, Sun was forced to confront both his past and his identity when Xuan Mai appeared uninvited. The room fell silent, the weight of unspoken judgments hanging heavy in the air. Under the scrutinizing gaze of the wealthy guests, Sun faced a choice: protect his image or honor his roots. In a decisive moment, he chose the latter. "This is my mother, the woman who gave me everything when she had nothing," he declared, his voice steady and clear. The words hung in the air, silencing the critics and bridging the emotional divide that had grown between them. It was a powerful moment of recognition, a testament to the love that had brought him together against all odds. But Sun's journey didn't end with that personal redemption. He established a charity in Xuan Mai's name, dedicated to uplifting impoverished children, a way to honor the sacrifices she had made for him. Together, they returned to their old village, transforming their modest home into a symbol of hope and resilience. The story of Xuan Mai and Sun isn't merely a tale of rising from rags to riches. It's a testament to the transformative power of gratitude and the sacrifices that shape who we are. It serves as a reminder that success means little if we forget the hands that lifted us when we couldn't stand. For all of us, this story prompts introspection. Who is the Xuan Mai in our lives? Who has stood by us in our most vulnerable moments, offering love and support when we needed it most? And more importantly, how can we honor them? So, as we reflect on this narrative, let's carry forward the lessons of love, resilience, and gratitude. Let's celebrate the unsung heroes who shape our journeys, those quiet warriors who fight for our futures, and strive to be a beacon of hope for others, just as Xuan Mai was for Sun. In a world that often feels divided, let us remember that it is our connections, our acts of kindness, and our willingness to uplift one another that create the most profound change. Each small act of love has the potential to ripple through time, creating miracles that we may never fully understand. So, as we navigate our own lives, let's take a moment to acknowledge those who have shaped our stories. Let us embrace the power of compassion, for it is in those moments of selflessness that we find our true purpose. And let us carry forward the legacy of Xuan Mai, a woman whose extraordinary decision changed the course of 2 lives forever, reminding us all that we are capable of creating miracles in our own right. Thank you for watching our videos. If you find them interesting, please subscribe to the channel and leave comments so I can make more great videos. Goodbye and see you in the next video.